Hello, and welcome to Daily English Whisper. My name is Max, and I'm very happy you are here with me today. Take a slow breath. Today's episode is called Learn English with Story, The Broken Umbrella, Listening and Shadowing Practice. And today, we are going to learn English in a different way. Not with a list of phrases, not with grammar rules, but with a story. Because stories are powerful. When you listen to a story, you don't just hear words, you imagine, you feel, you follow events, and when you feel something, your brain remembers more. Maybe you have tried to study English with exercises. Maybe you learned vocabulary lists. But sometimes, when it's time to speak, the words disappear. That is normal. Your brain remembers better when language is connected to emotion and context. And stories create context. Today's story is called The Broken Umbrella. It sounds simple, maybe even small, but sometimes small stories teach us something bigger. As you listen, you will practice shadowing. I will say sentences slowly. You will repeat them. We will pause. We will feel the rhythm. You do not need to understand every single word the first time. You need to stay with the story. Listening, repeating, imagining. That is how fluency grows naturally. Now imagine this. It's a gray morning. The sky is heavy. The air feels wet. You step outside, and you realize something important. Your umbrella is broken. That is where our story begins. Stay with me. We are going to walk through this story together, sentence by sentence, slowly and clearly. And by the end, you will not only understand the story, you will feel it in English. Before we continue the story, let me explain how we will practice today. This is not only a story, this is shadowing practice. I will read a short part of the story slowly. You will listen carefully. Then you will repeat after me. Sometimes we will repeat twice. Sometimes we will slow down even more. Do not worry if you don't understand every word. Focus on rhythm and pronunciation. Understanding will grow naturally. Now, let's begin. Listen carefully. Daniel woke up earlier than usual. Now repeat. Daniel woke up earlier than usual. Good. Again, slowly. Daniel woke up earlier than usual. Excellent. Continue listening. The sound of rain was tapping against his window. Repeat. The sound of rain was tapping against his window. Very good. Again, slowly. The sound of rain was tapping against his window. Nice. Imagine the scene. It is early morning. The room is quiet. You can hear the rain. Let's continue. Daniel sighed and looked at the gray sky. Repeat. Daniel sighed and looked at the gray sky. Good. Now this one. He remembered that he had an important meeting that day. Repeat. He remembered that he had an important meeting that day. Very good. Let's slow it down. He remembered that he had an important meeting that day. Excellent. Now imagine Daniel's feeling. Rain, early morning, important meeting, and then something small but important. He reached for his umbrella near the door. Repeat. He reached for his umbrella near the door. Good. Again, slowly. He reached for his umbrella near the door. Very nice. And now the problem begins. When he opened it, one of the metal parts snapped. Repeat. When he opened it, one of the metal parts snapped. Excellent. Again, slowly. When he opened it, one of the metal parts snapped. Very good. You see what happened? The umbrella is broken. That small moment changes everything. Say this sentence with me. The umbrella was broken. Repeat. The umbrella was broken. Very good. Stay with the story. Stay with the rhythm. We are just getting started. Now let's continue the story. Remember, listen first, then repeat. Stay calm and follow the rhythm. Listen. Daniel stared at the broken umbrella for a few seconds. Now repeat. Daniel stared at the broken umbrella for a few seconds. Good. Again, slowly. Daniel stared at the broken umbrella for a few seconds. Very good. Imagine him standing there. Rain outside. Time moving. Continue listening. He didn't have another umbrella. Repeat. He didn't have another umbrella. Good. And again, slowly. He didn't have another umbrella. Excellent. This is a small problem, but for Daniel, it feels big. Now listen. He checked his phone to see the time. Repeat. He checked his phone to see the time. Very good. He only had 20 minutes before he had to leave. Repeat. He only had 20 minutes before he had to leave. Good. Let's slow it down. He only had 20 minutes before he had to leave. Excellent. Now imagine his thoughts. The rain is getting heavier. The meeting is important. The umbrella is broken. Listen. He thought about calling a taxi. Repeat. He thought about calling a taxi. Good. But the traffic was always terrible on rainy days. Repeat. But the traffic was always terrible on rainy days. Very good. Again, slowly. But the traffic was always terrible on rainy days. Excellent. Daniel feels pressure. Listen. He felt a little frustrated. Repeat. He felt a little frustrated. Good. Say it again. He felt a little frustrated. Very nice. But then something changes. Listen carefully. Instead of panicking, he took a deep breath. Repeat. Instead of panicking, he took a deep breath. Excellent. Again, slowly. Instead of panicking, he took a deep breath. Very good. This moment is important. The umbrella is broken, time is short, rain is heavy. But Daniel chooses calm. Say this with me. He decided to stay calm. Repeat. He decided to stay calm. Very good. Stay with the story. Something small is about to change his day. Now let's continue. Listen first, then repeat after me. Daniel looked around his apartment for a solution. Now repeat. Daniel looked around his apartment for a solution. Good. Again, slowly. Daniel looked around his apartment for a solution. Very good. He is thinking. He is searching. Listen. He opened a closet and found an old raincoat. Repeat. He opened a closet and found an old raincoat. Good. Again, slowly. He opened a closet and found an old raincoat. Excellent. But there was a problem. Listen. The raincoat was too small. Repeat. The raincoat was too small. Good. Again. Slowly. The raincoat was too small. Very nice. Daniel sighed again. Listen. He tried to fix the umbrella with tape. Repeat. He tried to fix the umbrella with tape. Good. Again. Slowly. He tried to fix the umbrella with tape. Excellent. But it didn't work. Listen. The metal part was bent and the umbrella wouldn't stay open. Repeat. The metal part was bent and the umbrella wouldn't stay open. Very good. Let's slow it down. The metal part was bent and the umbrella wouldn't stay open. Excellent. Now imagine Daniel holding it, trying again and again. Listen. Rain tapped louder on the window. Repeat. Rain tapped louder on the window. Good. Again. Rain tapped louder on the window. Very nice. Daniel checked the time again. Listen, he had to leave soon with or without an umbrella. Repeat. He had to leave soon with or without an umbrella. Very good. Again. Slowly. He had to leave soon with or without an umbrella. Excellent. This is a real-life moment. You plan your day, and something small breaks, and suddenly you need to adapt. Now listen. Daniel put on his jacket and grabbed the broken umbrella anyway. Repeat. Daniel put on his jacket and grabbed the broken umbrella anyway. Good. Again. Slowly. Daniel put on his jacket and grabbed the broken umbrella anyway. Excellent. And before he left, he looked at the umbrella one more time. Listen. It's better than nothing, he said quietly. Now repeat. It's better than nothing, he said quietly. Very good. Say the key phrase again, slowly. It's better than nothing. Repeat. It's better than nothing. Excellent. Daniel is leaving his apartment now. The rain is waiting for him. Now let's continue the story. Listen carefully. As soon as Daniel stepped outside, the rain hit his face. Now repeat. As soon as Daniel stepped outside, the rain hit his face. Good. Again, slowly. As soon as Daniel stepped outside, the rain hit his face. Very good. The umbrella opened halfway. One side stayed up, but the other side bent down. Listen. Water dripped through the broken part. Repeat. Water dripped through the broken part. Good. Again. Water dripped through the broken part. Excellent. Daniel tried to hold the umbrella at an angle. Listen. He tilted it slightly to protect himself. Repeat. He tilted it slightly to protect himself. Very good. Again, slowly. He tilted it slightly to protect himself. Nice. The street was busy. Cars were moving slowly. People were walking fast. Listen. Everyone else seemed prepared for the rain. Repeat. Everyone else seemed prepared for the rain. Good. Daniel felt different. Listen. He felt a little embarrassed. Repeat. He felt a little embarrassed. Very good. Again. He felt a little embarrassed. Excellent. But then something unexpected happened. As he waited at the corner to cross the street, a woman next to him looked at his umbrella. Listen. She smiled. Repeat. She smiled. Good. She pointed at the umbrella and laughed softly. Repeat. She pointed at the umbrella and laughed softly. Very good. Daniel felt his face get warm. Listen. For a second, he wanted to disappear. Repeat. For a second, he wanted to disappear. Good. Again, slowly. For a second, he wanted to disappear. Excellent. But the woman did something surprising. Listen carefully. That happened to me last week, she said. Now repeat. That happened to me last week, she said. Very good. Again. That happened to me last week. Excellent. Daniel blinked. Listen. Really? He asked. Repeat. Really? He asked. Good. Suddenly, the broken umbrella did not feel like a disaster. It felt like a conversation. Stay with the story. Something small is turning into something meaningful. Now, let's continue. Listen carefully. The woman adjusted her umbrella and moved a little closer. Now, repeat. The woman adjusted her umbrella and moved a little closer. Good. Again, slowly. The woman adjusted her umbrella and moved a little closer. Very good. Listen. You can stand under mine if you want, she said. Repeat. You can stand under mine if you want, she said. Excellent. Again. You can stand under mine if you want. Very good. Daniel hesitated for a moment. Listen. That's very kind of you, he replied. Repeat. That's very kind of you, he replied. Good. Again, slowly. That's very kind of you. Excellent. The rain was still heavy. Listen. They walked side by side under one umbrella. Repeat. They walked side by side under one umbrella. Very good. Again. They walked side by side under one umbrella. Nice. Daniel noticed something interesting. Listen. The rain didn't feel as annoying anymore. Repeat. The rain didn't feel as annoying anymore. Good. Again, slowly. The rain didn't feel as annoying anymore. Excellent. They started talking while they walked. Listen. So, are you heading to work? She asked. Repeat. So, are you heading to work? She asked. Very good. Daniel nodded. Listen. Yes, I have an important meeting today. Repeat. Yes, I have an important meeting today. Good. And again. I have an important meeting today. Excellent. The woman smiled again. Listen. Well, at least you'll have a story to tell, she said. Repeat. Well, at least you'll have a story to tell, she said. Very good. Again, slowly. At least you'll have a story to tell. Excellent. Daniel laughed softly. Listen. I didn't expect my day to start like this. Repeat. I didn't expect my day to start like this. Very good. And again. I didn't expect my day to start like this. Excellent. The broken umbrella had created something unexpected. A connection. Stay with the story. It's not really about the umbrella anymore. Now let's continue. Listen carefully. They stopped at a red light. Now repeat. They stopped at a red light. Good. Again, slowly. They stopped at a red light. Very good. The rain continued to fall, but under the shared umbrella it felt quieter. Listen. For the first time that morning, Daniel felt relaxed. Repeat. For the first time that morning, Daniel felt relaxed. Excellent. Again. For the first time that morning, Daniel felt relaxed. Very nice. The woman looked at him and asked another question. Listen. Do you work nearby? Repeat. Do you work nearby? Good. Daniel answered. Yes, just a few blocks from here. Repeat. Yes, just a few blocks from here. Very good. They started walking again. Listen. It's funny how small problems can lead to small surprises, she said. Repeat. It's funny how small problems can lead to small surprises, she said. Excellent. Again, slowly. It's funny how small problems can lead to small surprises. Very good. Daniel thought about that sentence. Listen. Maybe she was right. Repeat. Maybe she was right. Good. He looked at the broken umbrella in his hand. Listen. A few minutes ago, he saw it as a disaster. Repeat. A few minutes ago, he saw it as a disaster. Very good. Now listen to the contrast. Now it felt like a lucky accident. Repeat. Now it felt like a lucky accident. Excellent. Again, slowly. Now it felt like a lucky accident. Very nice. They reached the entrance of an office building. Listen. This is my stop, Daniel said. Repeat. This is my stop, Daniel said. Good. Again. This is my stop. Excellent. The woman smiled warmly. Listen. Good luck with your meeting, she said. Repeat. Good luck with your meeting, she said. Very good. Daniel smiled back. Listen. Thanks for sharing your umbrella. Repeat. Thanks for sharing your umbrella. Excellent. The light turned green behind them. Cars moved forward. People rushed by. But for a moment, everything felt calm. Stay with the story. It is almost time to see what this morning really meant for Daniel. Now, let's continue. Listen carefully. Daniel walked into the building, still holding the broken umbrella. Now, repeat. Daniel walked into the building, still holding the broken umbrella. Good. Again, slowly. Daniel walked into the building, still holding the broken umbrella. Very good. He shook the water off his jacket. Listen. He looked down at his shoes. Repeat. He looked down at his shoes. Good. They were wet and a little muddy. Listen. But he didn't feel angry. Repeat. But he didn't feel angry. Very good. Again. But he didn't feel angry. Excellent. Something inside him had changed. Listen. He felt lighter. Repeat. He felt lighter. Good. Daniel reached the elevator and pressed the button. Listen. While he waited, he replayed the morning in his mind. Repeat. While he waited, he replayed the morning in his mind. Very good. Again, slowly. While he waited, he replayed the morning in his mind. Excellent. He thought about the woman's kindness. He thought about the strange way the day began. Listen. If the umbrella hadn't broken, none of that would have happened. Repeat. If the umbrella hadn't broken, none of that would have happened. Very good. Again, slowly. If the umbrella hadn't broken, none of that would have happened. Excellent. Then he had another thought, a calmer one. Listen. Maybe the day didn't need to be perfect. Repeat. Maybe the day didn't need to be perfect. Good. Again. Maybe the day didn't need to be perfect. Excellent. The elevator doors opened. Listen. Daniel stepped inside and took another deep breath. Repeat. Daniel stepped inside and took another deep breath. Very good. Now say this sentence with me, slowly, like a thought. I can handle small problems. Repeat. I can handle small problems. Very nice. And one more. Small problems can lead to something good. Repeat. Small problems can lead to something good. Excellent. Daniel was still going to his meeting. He was still wet. The umbrella was still broken. But he was different. Stay with the story. The ending is simple, but it matters. Now let's finish the story. Listen carefully. Daniel walked into the meeting room with wet shoes and a calm mind. Now repeat. Daniel walked into the meeting room with wet shoes and a calm mind. Good. Again, slowly. Daniel walked into the meeting room with wet shoes and a calm mind. Very good. His colleagues were already there. Listen. They looked up as he entered. Repeat. They looked up as he entered. Good. One of them smiled. Listen. Rough weather out there, huh? Repeat. Rough weather out there, huh? Very good. Daniel smiled back. Listen. You have no idea, he said. Repeat. You have no idea, he said. Excellent. Again. You have no idea. Very good. For a second, He thought about the broken umbrella, he thought about the woman, he thought about the unexpected kindness. Listen. Sometimes the smallest problems teach the biggest lessons. Repeat. Sometimes the smallest problems teach the biggest lessons. Very good. Again, slowly. Sometimes the smallest problems teach the biggest lessons. Excellent. The meeting began. Daniel spoke clearly. He felt steady. The rain outside no longer mattered. The umbrella was still broken. But something inside him was stronger. Now let's step out of the story for a moment. This episode, Learn English with Story, Listening, The Broken Umbrella, Shadowing Practice, was not only about Daniel, it was about rhythm. It was about listening. It was about repeating. It was about feeling English inside a story. Stories help your brain remember. When you connect words to emotions, the language stays longer. Let's repeat one final sentence together. Every story helps me grow in English. Now repeat. Every story helps me grow in English. Very good. Again, slowly. Every story helps me grow in English. Excellent. And here is your final thought. Just like Daniel, you don't need a perfect situation to move forward. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need perfect pronunciation. You need practice. You need repetition. You need small moments. If you enjoyed this story practice, you can subscribe to Daily English Whisper and continue learning with me, Max. We grow step by step. We listen. We repeat. We improve. I am proud of you for staying until the end. Take a slow breath, and I will see you in the next story.